Hi guys, Candy here, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Fenty Beauty. So I did quite a large order with Fenty Beauty. If you don't know, now you know. This is the makeup line that Rihanna has introduced on the makeup world. So this was released probably a couple weeks ago now, I think. I originally wasn't drawn to this makeup brand at all. Like, if I'm going to be completely honest, I'm really not the biggest fan of Rihanna. Like, I can appreciate her artistic talent, I can appreciate what she does and that she's really good at what she does, but just when it comes to celebrities and makeup, the only one that I really am drawn to is probably Kylie Cosmetics. Kim's, no. Rihanna's, no. So I got the Soft Matte, this is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. I also got the Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation, and I got this one in shade 190. It was quite hard to figure out which shade. There are so many freaking shades in her foundation line. Like, I think there's an excess of like 40 shades or something ridiculous. I also got the Fenty Beauty, this is the Matchstick Trio. This is the Conceal, Contour and Highlight, and I got this one in light 100, and it comes with the shades Linen, Amber and Starstruck. I haven't really used contour sticks very much. I'm not really the biggest fan of cream products, but got them anyway to try them out and let you guys know. So I also got, last but not least, the Precision Makeup Sponge. Now, I love makeup sponges, it's how I always put my foundation on, and you can't have too many sponges, so I grabbed this one as well. Okie dokie, so I guess let's get ripping into this. So I'm going to start with the primer, of course. So this is what it looks like. It's a beautiful glass frosted bottle with this gorgeous sort of like nudie pink, blush pink tone. I've got to say, the packaging is just so on point. She did really, really well making the packaging not tacky, so I absolutely love that. It's very classy. Let's give it a go. I'm just going to give it a really good shake. And it's quite a large bottle. This bottle is, how big is this? This is 32 ml, so quite a large bottle. So it's got a very, very, very soft fragrance to it. Like, and when I mean very soft, I mean like you have to stop and almost concentrate to smell it. So if you know you're not a big fan of anything smelling on your face, then you're going to really like this because it's just really soft. So far so good. It's not a silicone primer. It's one of those primers that almost feel like hydrating and kind of just sinks into your skin. It doesn't leave that sort of silicone coating on your skin. So these are definitely my favourite kind of primers. I'm not a big fan of the silicone primers. That's actually really nice. I like that. We'll get to see what it looks like with foundation, but so far so good. Was it worth the money? I don't know. I think it was pretty expensive. I can't even remember what I paid, but I paid like 200 New Zealand dollars for all of this, so it's not the cheapest line in the world. So next step, let's do the foundation. Again, this foundation is in the beautiful glass bottle. I am just digging. I'm digging the packaging on this, and it's funny because when I first saw it, I was like, meh, really? I wasn't gonna get it. I was like, meh, it's boring packaging, but actually in real life, this is just classy, it's beautiful. It does sound quite liquidy. Now I haven't seen, also disclaimer, I haven't seen any other reviews on these products. None. I have avoided the internet like the plague because I wanted this one to really be my own opinion. Of course, every other review I do, it is always my own opinion. But you do wonder if you do get a little bit swayed by other people's opinions. So this is entirely my own opinion. I have not seen anything else. I know nothing else about what anybody thinks about it. Okay, so very runny. I would almost say probably as runny as the NARS Longwear Foundation. And now time for her sponge. So this is the sponge here. This is what it looks like. It's got cut off the top, cut off the side. To be honest, this is a real beauty blender here. To me, it's just a beauty blender that's been cut. And instead of like buying one of these, maybe you could just cut your beauty blender. But we'll give this a go. It does feel a little bit softer than the beauty blender. The beauty blender feels a little bit more firm, and this feels like slightly softer. So let's give this a go. This is damp. I always dampen my sponges, so just stick with what you always do. I think this might have a very, very slight floral fragrance as well, just the same as the primer. This is a really nice foundation. So far the sponge is nice. Like, is it better than the beauty blender? I don't think so. Like, it just feels like a sponge. I actually quite like the foundation. It's actually really, really pretty. It's not like glossy. It's not, I wouldn't even call it a satin finish. I would I would call it a very delicate matte finish. It's not like matte, like, you know, almost like cake face dry matte. It's actually really beautiful. It is still letting my natural sort of skin sort of show through, so it's definitely not the fullest coverage. I definitely call it a medium coverage. So I might put another coat on and just see how much coverage that I can get out of it and how buildable that it is. So far this is a really beautiful finish. Like, this would be perfect for just everyday makeup. It feels really light on the skin. I can't really even feel it on my skin. And it blended beautifully. It's sitting beautifully. This is really, really nice. I feel like it has oxidized slightly. You can see from the new stuff that I've just put on, it has oxidized. So when I first put the foundation on, it looked like a great color match. It's actually starting to oxidize a little bit pinker. So that is one downside to this foundation. Maybe go a shade lighter than what maybe you would normally, or if you're going to try it on in the shop, then yeah. See, that's a good color match. All this, it's oxidized. So let's move on to the matchsticks. Okay, so let's start with linen. So this one is a concealer. Now these look very, very, very similar in my opinion to the Kim Kardashian sort of contour sticks, but I have looked up and you do actually get a ton more makeup in these contour sticks than you do in the Kim Kardashian ones. However, to me that still looks like a piddly bloody amount. Like, that just looks to me like, yeah, it looks like a pretty shitty amount really for the price that you pay, but let's withhold judgment. Okay, so let's just, I guess we just paint this on. So now going in with the contour stick. This one is Amber, and that is the shade Amber. Okay, so using that same sponge, I'm just going to start blending out the contoured part. This is so time consuming. So that's it blended in. I don't, maybe it's just me and I just don't understand the point of the last half an hour of my life contouring and blending that out. I just feel like a powder would have done much better. Yeah, I'm not really raving it. I'm not raving about those. I don't feel like those are a necessity in your makeup collection. If you really, really, really love cream contour, then yeah, you might really enjoy this. I don't know. I'm not sold on that one. Okay, so now I've got the rest of my face together. Let's pop on the matchstick. This is the highlighter one, and this is in Starstruck. This just came in the set, and it's like pretty metallic looking. So I'm just going to pop this. I think I'm just going to pop this on my cheekbones, I think. So it's going on top of all my powders and stuff really nicely. Like, I thought, oh, maybe it's going to like wipe it off, but doesn't appear to be wiping it off. It's just sitting on top of it really nicely. I feel like if you want like a natural glow, like, it would be really good, but I'm never about the natural glow, so let's pile on some more highlighter. Okay, so I feel like it did take off a little bit of my makeup, so it would have been better putting that on the cream stage. You'll definitely see me use that again in a future video anyway, to try and give it a go underneath my powder. So now for my final verdict on the new Fenty Beauty collection range. This is the foundation, the primer, and the matchsticks. Does it get the Candied makeup stamp of approval? Some does, some doesn't. So the primer, absolutely. I love this primer. It reminds me a lot of the Bourjois. I think it's the Bourjois Happy Light Illuminating Serum Primer, I think it's called. You would have seen me, if you have watched my channel for a long time, you would have seen me use this a lot. Like, I used the whole bottle. I emptied the bottle. I loved it. This to me is very, very, very similar. Maybe a little bit less illuminating, but definitely very similar. It's just very hydrating, delicious, creamy goodness. Love this primer. The foundation. Now, I really do enjoy the foundation. I don't think I needed 2 coats. Maybe I would have liked to have just tried 1 coat next time. It was a nice medium coverage, and it just made your skin, look really beautiful. Like, it wasn't like a full matte, but it wasn't a satin either. So to me, I would call it a soft matte, and I think that's exactly what they've called it, isn't it? Yeah, soft matte, and that's exactly what it is. So it's matte, but it's not like a real drying matte. So I really, really love this foundation. It does oxidize a wee bit though. but it does match okay. I still did pretty well with the matching on the internet. Just be aware that this does oxidize a little bit, so maybe get a shade lighter than what you normally might. And as for these matchsticks, these are something that I'm kind of, I don't know, to me, like cream contour is just a bit gimmicky. Like, now that I've put all my powder on, would you even know that I put cream contour on? No. Does it look any different to any other time that I've contoured? No. I just feel like it's another step that we just don't need. If all you're ever going to use is cream and you don't put any powder on at all, then maybe you would like this. I think the contour stick would be really, really good for just like maybe day wear when you only want a really slight contour. The powder can be quite a heavy contour, so maybe when you're just wanting like a really, really subtle contour, that would come in handy. The concealer stick underneath my eyes, the concealer stick's gone actually quite, I don't know, just yuck. Like, it's just not as good of coverage that I would have liked, and I did put quite a bit on because I do like full coverage concealer underneath my eyes, but that is just, yeah, I can see all sort of my uneven skin tone underneath my eyes. I can just see all that. So to me, this was kind of just, yeah, this was just not much of anything really. I would have preferred to use my other sort of liquid concealers. And the highlighter stick I can't really comment on because I did it wrong. So I do really like the highlighter stick. However, I just feel like by the time you've put it on with all your cream stuff and then you've put your powders on top, I mean, you're still going to be left with a nice glow, but I feel like, you know, I've always found that cream highlighters just don't, they're a nice base for your next highlighter powder, but they're not really a standalone product. So I feel like all three of these, I feel like this is a bit gimmicky and a bit of waste of money. If you really love cream contour sticks, then give it a go because you might love them. But I just, like I said, I'm not really a cream fan. I mean, I will use them again, but maybe not that concealer stick. That was a bit rubbish. And just quickly, as for the sponge, again, this just felt exactly like my beauty blender. So unless you really need a sponge, I mean, it's shaped, but it just, yeah, this was much of a, I could pass on this as well. So that is it for my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped answer some questions for you about what this makeup line is like. If you've tried this and you do actually hate it or you love it, please let me know down below, and you'll be seeing my face in the next one.